This is a tutorial for the Bermuda cube Venus, and this one has two triangles, one on this red side and one on this orange side. So for this one you can actually solve either the red or the orange side first. It really doesn't matter. It only looks a little different because on this side there's two house-shaped pieces and one normal looking piece, while this side has two normal looking pieces and one house-shaped piece. So just because the last layer is more difficult to solve than the first layer, and because you will have to spend more time on this, I'll start with the red side so that it's going to be easier to see on the orange side afterwards. Okay, so like I said, I'll start with the red side, and that one has two of these pieces, so those two go out here. So that's what I want to do first. Then find the other one. And this one is simple. It's just like getting the cross for the 3x3x3. And since both of them share a red and a green side, I'm going to have those two facing each other. And next thing, I'm going to get this one. There. Now I'm going to get the corner pieces for these. And unlike a normal 3x3x3, which has 4 corner pieces, this one has a total of 5. 3 on this side, and 2 on the side of the hypotenuse. So it really doesn't matter which one to start with. Just try to save this one for last, just because you may end up having to mess this one up to put in one of these. So I'll start with this, and I'll take it out and just put it back in, and this one's quickly fixed. Next I'll go for the red and yellow here. And what I always want to do is I always want to try to keep it along this side where I have more room to work with instead of this side. So now this one, unlike this piece where I could turn it this way, I can only turn it this way now, in this direction. So I'll start here, and now from here, as you can see, if I put it like this, then it should be able to be solved. But because of this piece, I cannot do so. So before I do anything, I want to move this over to this side. And if I use just this side like this, it will not be able to work. That's why I wanted to save this piece for last. Because, like I said, you may have to end up using this piece. So I'm going to use it like that. And now I can put this one in without this triangle being a hindrance. Next I'll get in these two for the same reasons as these two. There's one piece. This is the other one. So now I've come to the last part. Cap fell off. So now I have the first layer solved. And the first thing I want to do is to see which of these supposedly centerpieces are already facing the right direction. In this case, there's 3 of them, and in some cases, they might even be turned 90 degrees. So here's the only one I have to fix. And to fix this one, I'm simply going to start here. Just turn this 180 degrees around. Now make sure that I'm going to turn the orange side now, but I just want to turn it so that when I turn this side again, none of these red pieces will get caught up in it. So I can't do it here because this red and green will get caught up. So I'm going to have to do it here, like that. And I'm turning it 180 degrees again because this piece has to be rotated 180 degrees. Now match it up over here, put it back down, and this one is solved. So now with my centers intact, the next thing I'm going to do is to get in these edge pieces. And it's difficult to use any algorithm here, so I'm going to do it mainly the F2L method. But I'm going to make sure that I'm only messing up this corner piece, if I'm going to mess up any at all. And then I'm going to try to put that one back in later. Okay, so as you can see, I've gotten all of these solved, yet this one is still not solved. This one, you have to use a method called the F2L method, which is to put in this corner piece and the edge piece at the same time. And this one is almost just like guess and check actually. So like that. And now I've gotten the first 2 layers solved. Next thing I want to do is to get this 3rd layer. And before I do anything, just to make it more convenient, I want to put one unsolved piece here or here, and the other one back here. So right now it's like this, so I can't have it like that. So I'm going to do exactly what I did before to flip this centerpiece around. Except once I'm finished solving these 2, flipping them around, then I'll reflip this one again. So from here, when this is on the left leg at the triangle and not the right, I'm going to start with this in front. And on the bottom, I also want to make sure that the legs of the triangle are facing on the front side and the right side. So from here, I'm going to do F, R, U, just enough so that this one can move, R inverted, U inverted, F inverted, like that. And now I can flip this around again. So now I'm done with most of it, and all that's left to do is to rotate these corners around and then rotate them into their proper configuration. So first, I'm going to take this side out to here where I can work better, and then I'll try to plug in these pieces. And what I want to do when there's 2 pieces separated like this is, instead of putting this orange and green directly into here first, I instead want to put it over here. So this is another 3x3x3 algorithm, slightly modified so it can actually work for this puzzle. I'm going to put this one there, this corner will come here, this corner will come back here. So L inverted, U, and before I do R, because I can right now, I'm going to move this piece over this way or this way, it really doesn't matter. And then R, U inverted, and again move this one back, but this time you have to make sure you're putting it to this exact same side. Now L, U, flip it over again, R inverted. Now that piece is exactly where I want it. And before I do anything, if I try to replace this whole side with this whole side, then this piece will get messed up. So instead of that, I'm going to take this whole thing, put it back here first. Now I'm going to put this whole thing over here. Well, actually before that, I want to move this out of the way so this one doesn't get caught up either. So I'm going to put this whole thing, this whole row, over here. So I want to put this one over here, the only safe corner from replacement. So I'm going to do the same algorithm as before, putting this one over here. Like that. Now replace this with here. And now I can do that algorithm again. This one will come here, it'll be solved. This one will come here, and that will be solved. Now just put this one back where it was. And once you've solved all of these, and these are in the correct order, these three corner pieces will always be in a position where you can always solve it with that one algorithm. So, as you can see, this one will come here, that one will come there, that one will come here. The inverse of what we've been doing. So I'm just going to do the inverse of that algorithm. So R, U inverted, move this over slightly. L inverted, U, move it over again. R inverted, U inverted, move it over. L. And so now all the corner pieces are in the correct spot, and all that's left to do is to rotate them. So, as you can see, what I usually do for these rotations, the algorithm I use involves F and D. The only problem is I'm going to be using this side like that, but if I had to try it with this one, it won't turn because this corner piece, this corner of this triangle is still in the way. So I can only do this one, and this one with the same algorithm, and this one, and that one with the same algorithm at the same time, because this one is open on both sides from the triangle, while these two and these two are caught with this corner. And it'll become a little more clear once I've shown you it. So first I'll rotate this one clockwise, and this one luckily will go counterclockwise. So what I'm going to do for that is make sure that there's two legs facing on the front, and this time the left. I'm going to turn this clockwise, I'm going to go F, D, F inverted, D inverted, F, D, F inverted, D inverted. Now move this one over until this piece that I'm going to solve next is directly on top. Now I'm going to start with D because this is going counterclockwise. So D, F, D inverted, D, F, D inverted, F inverted. Now those two are solved, and these two are also compatible. So now I'm just going to do it with the F and D again, except instead of putting it down this way, I'm going to go down this way. So this one is going to be starting from here now because I want it on the front and the right since it's opposite. It's going to be F inverted, D inverted, F, D, F inverted, D inverted, F, D. Now rotate the top layer again until this next piece is up here, the exact opposite. So that'll be D inverted, F inverted, D, F, D inverted, F inverted, D, F. Now just rotate this around, and that's how you solve the Bermuda cube Venus. Thank you for watching.